Hey everyone, it's the last week of May, so it's time for an update on what I've been working on this month on my railroad. May's first project was starting on Ozark Ridge, and that's this mountain. That's the main divider between the two towns that I have so far, Ozark on this side, Nassau on the other. I'll throw in some pictures I took over the course of the project, but basically the mountain got a coat of green paint, and I laid down this road in plaster. I also glued down some stones to act as a parking area for Dick's Auto Body Shop. Eventually, the plan is to surround this with trees, kind of like a backwoods auto body type place. Moving down into the town of Ozark, a few things have been happening. The first is I've started painting the newest of the three main buildings in the town. This is a Walters Merchants Row 2 kit. The first floor's got places for shops, and then apartments and storage on the second and third. Diagonally across the main intersection in town now sits a small gas station. I was originally going to have a larger building here, but decided that it made the town feel a bit cluttered. So I removed the original building, did some plaster work to level the lot, and did some painting. The pumps come from a Walters gas station kit I have, and I found the building in a box somewhere. This is not going to be the final form of the gas station, more than likely, but I think it looks good for now. The two buildings in the corner of the layout are the main industry of Ozark. This is Ozark Restaurant and Brewery. The brewery itself has a rail siding to allow the loading of beer into boxcars. One of my projects this month was to lay the plaster in between the rails, and I think it turned out pretty well. This was also kind of a test run because I need to do the same thing with both of these rail crossings. Next, we come around the board into Nassau, where I got a lot more done than I expected to this month. The main focus was the Nassau station area, which is everything on the lower level. I started laying some grass on the corner of the board, making sure to leave room for a signal tower kit I bought. The signal tower is going here in between the curve to Ozark and this siding. I don't really have any other plans for this. If anything, it's just kind of a track to the world beyond. Aside from the grass, I also put a coat of paint on the parking lot. This is the future site of Nassau's rail station. So even with it being such a main focus of my model railroad, for the longest time I was unsure of how to lay out the town of Nassau. Then while I was painting the parking lot for the rail station, I started moving some buildings around and eventually came up with what I think might be the final layout of the town. A bridge will lead into town in the first main intersection. This has the gas station and this building, which was originally going to be in Ozark. From here, you can make a right to go down to the train station, or a left, which will go along the river and next to an ice cream shop. Or you can go straight through the town's main business district. The other main street, which leaves Nassau and heads to Ozark, will feature these row houses and will be the main residential area of the town. Finally, the town's last major intersection will feature a car dealership and an ice cream shop. To the left will be a bridge that crosses a river and leaves the town. The only thing I haven't decided on is if I want to keep this building here. It's a bit busy with it and it blocks some of the view of the street. But the town also feels kind of bare when it's gone. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. Anyway, at this point I'm rambling, so I'm going to wrap it up here. This month I'm hoping to get some work done on the station and the signal tower done, so we'll see how it goes. This is the newest engine for my railroad. It's an Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe 060 steam engine that I bought at the hobby shop a couple weeks ago. So yeah, now I have two engines. So just a little more quick information on this engine. It's a Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe 060 steam engine. I saw it at the local hobby shop, and for some reason I was drawn to it. I couldn't put my finger on it. But I got it home, had it on the layout, and then I started rooting through some of my old stuff and I figured out what it was. I actually have the HO version of this from when I was a kid. So now I've got 2039 and 2126 in my lineup.